Got to get some.
Oh, hey. We were just discussing why April doesn't wear the headphones. I have to wear the headphones because I want to make sure that I hear everything and that the tone is right and I can hear my producer. And we're going to get you some more. These are very comfortable, by the way. Okay.
I'll take your word for it.
So, how's your experience been so far? This is going to be an amazing show, by the way. You definitely want to tag and like some, you definitely want to tag some friends who you think would like to hear some controversy. I'm just going to go ahead and put it out there.
Of course, he waits for me on that.
I did not tell her what we're going to talk about because she doesn't like controversy. I don't like controversy either, but it's a very, very, very important topic we have to talk about. I'm going to talk about Donald Trump.
Oh.
I'm going to talk about politics, and trust me, you want to listen. You want to listen to this. My goal is going to be not to lose some friends.
Okay.
Because
are we going to talk about the show we watched last night?
We can mention that.
Okay.
But first, what's your experience been like being on the show? This is your third show now?
This is my
fourth
show.
Fourth. What were your expectations and what's the results been?
I was worried I'd be scared to death every week, and now I'm good.
You're doing good.
Yeah.
All right. You're definitely quite the you draw way more fans than Paul Sullivan. Paul was on there with me.
That's not nice.
I'm not my job. I'm a nice guy.
Sure. He has several people watching him.
I'm a nice guy, but that's not my job to be nice. My job's to
tell the truth.
Tell the truth.
Okay. That's what we're doing today.
We're going to tell the truth today. We're going to tell the truth. All right. This is it. This is going to be the clip that you use right here. Okay. Guys, listen to me. Friends, listen to me. If you consider yourself my friend, I definitely appreciate you. Every one of you. If you're my friend, I greatly appreciate you. Friends are the most important thing we can have other than personal integrity, spirituality, and a relationship with your family. Friends, we all need more friends, and I don't want to lose any friends, but I have to use this platform to say some very important things. First of all, let me say, if you love Joe Biden, I still love you.
Right.
I think it's amazing that we can have differences of opinion in the United States of America, that you can love Joe Biden, support Joe Biden. You can fly a Biden flag. And I think that's awesome. I still love you. And I do not want to lose you because you love Joe Biden. But please don't hate me because I hate socialism. And I'm going to vote and support Donald Trump. Okay?
But do you think that they really support socialism?
Yes, they do. So many
how?
people do. And so here's listen, I have so many friends that I know are Democrats, and that's fine. Look, I love Barack Obama. You were
very vocal about that.
Yeah. But I think he was an amazing individual. But what Barack Obama did, and I'm gonna get people, I hope I don't lose friends because I say that.
I was about to say, but that might be as bad.
But listen, what he did. Now, there's a bunch of theories out there that he has, that he's going to be arrested for treason and that he was a very evil person. I don't believe that. I'm sorry to all you Q supporters out there. I do not believe that. QAnon. I'm very sorry that I do not think that Barack Obama is an evil person. But let me tell you something. If you do, then I still love you. I don't want to lose you as a friend because of who you vote for
or like.
And I don't hate you if you're a socialist. I hate socialism.
Don't understand it, but don't understand why, but
what do you mean?
That they support socialism.
Right. Well, because it sounds good. It sounds good that everybody gets to eat, everybody gets to the same money, the same results.
But it can't happen that way.
I understand. I totally understand.
It can't happen that way. I
understand. Capitalism is the most prudent thing. It's rigid and it's brutal. And I've been on both ends.
Right. Which is why we should be able to have this conversation and be okay.
Yes. My stepfather had to turn my lights on before.
Yeah. I came home to mine turned off. I've lost my house before.
Yeah. So, but
I'm very honest about that.
But socialism wasn't the answer to that.
And I don't think that I should get to keep my house if I don't pay for it.
You can't keep your house.
I mean, that's not the way it works.
You can't do it. So, guys, let me explain something to you. First of all, if you're my friend and you're a Democrat and you've already saying, "Oh my God, I can't believe he said that,"
they already turned you off. It's okay.
No, I hope
they're listening to the other side.
Well, no, because here's the thing. I'm not going to be ugly. Like okay. So you Trump supporters out there that are mean and ugly and being so nasty towards people who don't understand why you support Trump, or maybe you support him for the wrong reasons, because there are people that support Trump for the wrong reasons. Okay. Listen, I was reading Donald Trump books back in 10, 12 years ago.
Well, and let's just say, his arrogance and his personality are not for me. I am not a fan.
Exactly. But there is no doubt.
No doubt he's the person that I'm voting for.
I mean, there's no way. And here's why, people. Capitalism is at stake. Our country is at stake. And if you think that universal basic income is not coming, then you're mistaken. If you think that all these apps we have on our phone, these banking apps, I use them all. Cash App, Venmo, PayPal.
Most people do.
Yeah. But you have an account attached to your social security number, and they're about to start depositing money. You just got an EBT card because we have kids in school.
Yeah. And I took it. Yes, I did.
Yeah. I'm not gonna socialism. If we adopt socialism, this country will absolutely crumble and fall. And if they're handing out money to everybody, I'm going to take it.
Well, it was one time. I mean, we don't have it we don't have it anymore.
No, but anyway, capitalism is the answer to economic problems. Productivity. Did you know? And Smith, you may have to fact check me on this, but okay. I think it was 225 years ago. How was the United States of America?
In
1776.
I'm trying to do the math, but you're close. Yeah, you're close. But that would be that'd be 240.
244 years old. Okay, so about 250 years ago, the United States was not a superpower. It didn't exist, and the economic center of the world, I guess, would have been Britain. Yeah. Okay. Nobody knew who was going to be in control of the world's money. The United States did it, and they did it because they adopted capitalism. And capitalism is, if you have something of value, then you can sell it and get rewarded for it. If your product sucks, you don't deserve money for it. Hmm. I mean, I believe, here's why socialism gets people tricked. I believe in equal opportunity.
Yes.
We all deserve the same opportunity. I do not believe in.
But we have that in capitalism.
We do.
Not socialism.
We do. I do not believe in equality of outcome. So, well,
that just says that if I decide to work 60 hours a week and you decide to work 2, you get the same money I do. No.
April, universal basic income is coming. You have some of the richest people on the planet, some of the smartest people on the planet that are lobbying, and they're going to implement universal basic income, which means you don't have to work.
Right, which doesn't work.
And you will get a check. Jeff Bezos, the world's richest man, says we need universal basic income.
Really?
Yes. Almost everybody in California believes you need it. By the way, let me give you an example of socialism not working.
People are leaving California too.
They're getting out. Joe Rogan, who is one of my, I guess, podcast heroes. He's very intelligent. He's an MMA guy. He believes in universal basic income. Yet he got his ass out. He's gone. He is in Austin, Texas. Socialism doesn't work. These are democratic. And look, this is not the talking points of the right wing. I'm just telling you the facts. The cities are destroying themselves by pandering to socialist ideas. Joe Rogan is leaving Los Angeles. He's gone. He and his family are gone. Did you know that, Smith, you can check me on this. I know that it was over 70,000 homeless people in Los Angeles. 70,000. I bet since COVID, it's over 100,000.
I'm sure it's definitely grown.
You know, we went to New York back when New York, before all this chaos,
loved it.
It was awesome. And now there's nobody in Times Square, and the homeless population and the shooting. So 66,000 people in Los Angeles. What's the date on that? 2020.
Yep. 2020. It's saying this represents a 12.7% rise from last year's point in time.
Okay. So 66,000. I mean, a small rural town. I mean, Coffee County, the county we live in, has 40,000 people in it. So it'd be like Coffee and Jeff Davis County combined, everyone homeless because of Los Angeles. It doesn't work. Socialism doesn't work. Absolutely doesn't work. So we watched a show last night. Yes. You know that I read a lot. I read a lot of nonfiction. I read a lot about capitalism. You know, I tell you what, Capitalism in America is one of the best books I read. It's a hard read as well, but one of the doesn't matter who wrote it. Just look it up. I read a lot of nonfiction, and you don't. No, you don't like to burden your brain with some of the negative things that are out there. Even you like to take it easy and keep your mind on positive things. And I greatly appreciate that. But I did talk you into watching a documentary with me last night. What do you remember the name of the documentary? It was The Story of Socialism.
Yeah, The Story of Socialism, but it was
not the unproven, but definitely not the unproven, but it was look up
oh my goodness. I can't believe
Brett Baer, Socialism, real quick. Brett Baer, Socialism. Now, by the way, Brett Baer, the unauthorized history of socialism. Brett Baer is not a Donald Trump fan. Donald Trump is definitely not a Brett Baer fan. When he talks about fake news, and when he says Fox is doing a terrible job, he's talking about Brett Baer, because Brett Baer will call him out and will not give Donald Trump a pass like a lot of the people will. And I agree. There's a lot of people that give him a pass, a far too easy pass. But Brett Baer is not one of them. This is not propaganda for the right. This is history. Did you know until last night that by the way, socialism leads to communism? The word is basically interchangeable.
The same thing.
It's basically interchangeable. You can say that it's not, but it is, and it always leads to it. And socialism actually led to fascism. Socialism led to Hitler. They'd say it was nationalism. No, it's not. That wasn't nationalism. That was socialism, so they could control the people. The idea they can all get everything they need from the government. They just added in the hatred of the Jews, and 40 million. It's debatable how many Jews were killed. You remember how many Chinese were killed under communist Mao? Do you remember him saying that last night?
I can't remember the number, but I was floored because I didn't even know about this person. I'm being honest. I didn't know he existed, and it's
something like 30 million, I believe.
That's that. And actually, if you, that's the low number.
I was going to say, I thought it was more.
It has been estimated to be as many as 70 million. 46 million right there is what.
But now, what was the $500 million number that both of us were like, "Are you serious?"
There was $500 million. So 468. I'm not sure. We don't need to go, but we should have taken notes. We didn't know we were going to talk about. We didn't know we were going to talk about this, but it
was something like followers, or they were part of this community. Like they built the Harmony.
New Harmony.
New Harmony.
New Harmony was that was the first test of socialism. Is when they built this community called New Harmony, and it didn't have any rules. You didn't have anybody nobody was in charge. Listen, people, somebody has to be in charge.
Yeah.
You can't just.
And they just their rules were you had to work and you get a certain amount of money, but a very small.
Yeah. And it just didn't work. It never worked. Socialism has never worked. Socialism will never work. But the Stalin in Russia also, socialism, communism, another 60 million or something people died.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, so communist Russia, communist China, and communist Japan killed way more people than Hitler.
Yes.
And Hitler was evil, but Mao was probably.
And I thought Hitler
evil.
was the worst person on the planet.
I mean, he's definitely he's a contender for sure. But it all socialism roads lead to death and destruction. And you really need to look into history if you think that the left leaning adopting socialist ideas is a good thing. It sounds just like Stalin. It sounds just like Mao. And if they get control, they're going to take all your liberties. They're going to take all your freedom. You're going to get universal basic income. The very, very elite will rule, and millions and millions will die. And that's the truth, people. So that's why I'm voting for Donald Trump. I'm sorry. Please don't hate me for hating socialism. I'm serious. I have young people. I have a lot of young people that I'm fans of, that are fans of mine, or good friends, we'll say. I have young people that reach out to me and say, man, that was a good show. And I know they're Democrats. And I am begging you not to hate me because I hate social. I do not want to lose good friends. But now I can't ignore it. I cannot ignore that the country is in a battle for the future, whether it's going to be capitalism or socialism. It's the truth. So that was what I wanted to get out there, and I want people to understand. I don't love Donald Trump. I don't fly a Donald Trump flag, but I believe in capitalism and I hate socialism.
It's sad that we can't fly the flag if we want to, though.
Oh yeah, you get attacked.
Very sad.
But they don't attack people in Douglas, Georgia, or Broxton, Georgia, or, that Antifa. I don't even want to get started down that road. But
we've said enough today.
Yep, we have on that part. But listen, hey, I want to get your opinion on some things that we talked about. No, we talked about yesterday. We talked about sales. I said my rules of sales. If you wanted to 10x your sales, I said that I could double, even triple the amount of sales you have right now. I could do that. I'm sorry. I always get distracted by the comments.
Yeah, I knew that's what he was doing. Okay.
Click on Sarah Stalker and read it to me.
That's what he was doing.
Hey, listen, hold on. I want to preface. No, go ahead and read it. It's already read what she said.
Okay. Us taking care of each other when we have the ability to is what is most needed. Socialism not needed. Kindness and thoughtfulness are. We have a responsibility as humans to do what we can when we can as basic humanity.
Absolutely. I totally agree. And I know that Sarah has, okay, here's where it gets complicated. I know Sarah has a very loving heart and loves animals and loves people. And she's very genuine in what she says right there. And a lot of Democrats are too. So you mean ass Republicans that don't believe that need to learn. You need to wise up. Oh, there's so many ignorant people that are on the.
You can't be nasty, whatever
far right,
or you shouldn't be. You can be.
So many nasty people on the far right, and I do not associate with them. I absolutely do not. But I will take their vote so we can continue to feed capitalism. But so many Democrats are very loving, very kind, believe in humanity, and they have. I'm not saying Sarah is or isn't. I've never asked her.
I don't think we ever did ask her.
And it doesn't matter. No. But, because what she's saying right there is absolutely true. But here's what you can do if you're a good capitalist. You can avoid high taxes by using the tax code. You can increase your wealth. You can leave money to your children. You can create massive wealth, massive income, and you can give to charity. You can use your time to help educate other people. You know, we haven't had a guest on the show yet that doesn't agree that being productive and we've had them from all walks of life, you know, that we haven't had a socialist on the show yet. You know what I'm saying? And I welcome to have
they
one.
can be on here if they want to, but I mean,
you're exactly right. We do have an obligation, Sarah, to take care of people and a responsibility as humans to do what we can. Yes, absolutely. For the sake of humanity. I think humanity depends on us doing that, and the best vehicle to get that done is capitalism. I was trying to change gears, but I got to stay on the same page for a second. I think it's 60 to 65% of the world lives under socialism now.
Is it?
I think it's 60.
Is it that high?
Yeah, I think so. Look it up. So what percentage of the world is socialist?
I wonder if they're going to count in, I
think it's
democratic socialism and the like.
Yeah, buddy, but democratic socialism is going to lead them to the wrong road. 43% now. No, that's the United States. 43%. 43%
says.
It's around 60% of the world is socialist. And is there any country you would rather live in than the United States, the most capitalist country in the world?
No.
I would like to visit some of those places, but I really don't want to visit because I can't take my gun, and I like to be able to defend myself and take responsibility for my own safety and security. You can't take a gun.
You just got some more on that one too.
I would hope that most people watching, most people I know are gun owners.
Yeah.
So, you know,
the other side of what we're talking about today are those don't think you should have those.
Well, you know what silly is? The
for the most part.
the fake leaders that say they want gun control. Oh my gosh. He just scrolled past the image of Bernie Sanders.
I'm still looking.
Bolshevik Bernie. But anyways, he sounds so good. If you listen to him talk, he sounds so good. He's such a good, nice person that's never had a business, oh my gosh. Anyway, there'll always be a strong affection for socialism because coming from the universities, most of them lean very, very far left, very socialistic, because they're insulated from the real world and from the economy. And so when you get on there and you talk about giving away things, it sounds good.
And free and student debt and all this kind of stuff. And I mean, I didn't have anybody take mine away but me.
But you're privileged.
Right.
So anyway, I'm going to get back to the sales that I was talking about yesterday, because that's important. I may not be able, and now here's one thing I'll never talk about on the show. Okay. Those of you who come on here for sales and for positive things. Thank you, Art Todd. Thank you very much. I'm going to get back to sales. I'm going to get back to helping you, but I'm going to do it using capitalism, and I will never talk about religion on the show. Okay. No. It's very hard to disagree with someone about politics and remain friends. I want to do it. I want to love all you Bernie supporters out there. If you're my friends, I want to have a talk with you, but I want to love you. I'm not going to throw you away. I'm going to try to show you that there's a different way, but you cannot have a religious conversation with someone that you disagree with. That will ruin everything.
Cannot.
So anyway, back to sales. I said yesterday, if you wanted to I could 3X your sales immediately. I could there's so many people that are in sales that don't get it. I said you have to get digital.
Yes.
I mean, you 90% of what you sell is digital.
Yes.
You know, so I mean, you can't do it without being digital. I said you have to be willing to text your customers.
Absolutely.
You know, there's a manual. This is the first manual.
And I had a boss tell me I should never be texting my customers.
Yep, he was a dumbass. The art of text message selling proves the fact that this thing's selling like crazy on Amazon, and the fact that we are changing the car business through text is proof that texting works, and you better be texting your customers because
I don't like to answer my phone.
No, nobody does. Nobody does. You look at a text.
I'll answer a text right now. I wanted to be on my phone a second ago because I got a text right before we started the show that I'm still like needing to respond
take care of.
to.
I know
so
yep. I said you also have to give away lots of useful information.
Yes, you do.
Yep. That was out of your comfort zone in the beginning.
Yes.
When you started, you didn't want to give away information, but then you
because you explained to me, and a lot of people think this. A lot of people think this. If I tell somebody they'll say, what brand is that table? Don't tell them. Well, they can use, as we joke about, the Google and find out who that table is. They don't need me to tell them.
Yeah, you need to be.
And I may as well tell them and give them a price and say, I'll meet or beat whatever you have, better than say, I can't tell you that.
Yeah, or you're going to pay that. Or you're going to pay more if you buy it from me, but guess what? You get me. You get the service that comes along with me, and that's worth way more than the lowest price. The lowest price is usually not the best option. As a matter of fact, when I buy something, what do I generally buy?
Most of the time, the one that costs the most.
Most of the one that costs the most, because there's a reason for that. You've seen it work.
Well,
you've seen it work, haven't you? So obviously, it doesn't work all the time. It doesn't
work all the time.
But if you buy something cheap, you're going to have to buy it twice. You can buy it nice, or you can buy it twice. And if the second time you're going to, and it's just like with a professional, hire a professional. And if you think it's cheap, try doing it without the professional. Also say you have to be an expert. So it helps that you are an expert. You're a educated, diploma, degree toting designer.
Yes.
That makes you an expert. And then you have a tremendous track record. Track record is more important than credentials. Track record will give you better credentials, but having both is super bad. Like you and Super Sarah, with your degrees and your fancy wall awards and president's awards and
my diploma is still in the cylinder that I got it young.
And commencement speeches and awards from all these universities. You guys, you make somebody like me just.
Are you jealous, Billy?
I am. Okay. I am. Okay, so I also said that this is all a circle. You have to run massive amounts of Facebook ads.
Yes.
And I said you have to run so much that you can't hardly sleep at night, that it makes you uncomfortable. People think I'm lying when I say that. Did you lose sleep when we started this business because of all the ads we were running?
Yes. Yeah.
Tell us about that.
Yes. Well, I don't know if anybody knows this or not, but when you use your credit card on Facebook, it tells you every time they use your credit card on Facebook. And at the time, we did not have any money.
We had some money.
Okay. Not much money.
Not much
money. Okay. And the limit on the credit card was about $10,000. Well, we hit that every few days, even in the beginning. And I was sweating, and I'd call and say, okay, 750 just went on there again. And then before I could tell him the 750 went on there again. And I was so stressed out that I'm glad I don't have to look at that today.
Oh yeah. We spent $24,000 one day last month. Yep.
Yeah.
We looked yesterday, it was 5 million, wasn't it? $5 million we've spent in the last 2 years, or 4.5 million.
I think it was like
4.6 million dollars, and it at $900.
I thought it was 5.3, so I heard
I think 5.3 might have been lifetime, or maybe it was 5.3. Anyway, It's over 4 million. That's a lot of money. So you have to be willing to spend massive amounts of your revenue back on ads. You can't outspend a good ad. If an ad is cash flow positive, which is what every ad should be, or it's not a real ad. It's not a real ad. Ads are investments. They're not a cost, they're an investment. If an ad will give you 25-cent return for a $1 investment, that's pretty strong. We have ads that do much better than that. So all you real estate people that think you're smart, if you're not spending massive amounts of money on Facebook ads, you're going to get left in the dust by people who do. What do you think about that?
I think that was pretty bold.
Furniture stores. The reason that Mattress Firm and Cloud Number or whatever those things are,
Sleep Number.
all those, the reason they're eating your lunch and taking your customers is because they're spending massive amounts of ads on Facebook. As a matter of fact, go to Google and type in Mattress Firm and then go to your Facebook account and see how many ads you get showing up in your timeline. They understand it. You're going to get left behind, but you can, this is a capitalist country we live in. So if you say, you know what, I'm going to take his advice, and you start spending massive amounts of money on your business on Facebook with a call to action and a big offer and using this right here, your sales will soar while everyone else is going down. They're going to say, man, what's he doing? What's she doing? She's being smart, spending massive amounts of money on Facebook ads. Now, one day there'll be something that you should spend your money on instead of Facebook, but it ain't here yet. And by the way, here's some great advice. Okay, 3 stars. If you are spending money on advertising, if you have more than one source of advertising, stop it. If you need to be spending all your money on the most effective ad source you have. As a general manager, I got more flack from owners of stores because I wouldn't use 10 ad sources. Who wants to do that? Keep it simple. If radio's your best, then go all in on radio. Set your process up so that your advertising matches your process, your sales process, and use radio. It doesn't work, but Facebook does. When I stopped advertising on radio and TV and Auto Trader, and I put 100% of my ad budget on Facebook, sales soared, our brand soared, people wanted to come work for us, and then people started copying us. And I'm telling you, it's still working. So you need to spend massive amounts, spend all your money on what works the most. You can't, you might can outthink me, but you can't. The proof's in the pudding. I've got the track record to show it. And then this is the part fits right into what we talked about earlier. You have to work your ass off. You gotta get up and go. Back before this investment paid off, you went to work 6 days a week.
Yeah, I did.
You know, you sold
drove 2 hours a day.
Drove 2 hours a day and worked 6 days a week and sold almost $1 million worth of furniture, which is a lot. That's a lot of sofas, a lot of Tempur-Pedics. Almost what, 900,000? Is that right?
It's close. I mean,
$900,000 of furniture in 1 year.
No, not in 1 year. Did I?
It was almost $1 million. Remember?
Okay.
Remember? If you do the math, remember how much you made?
Yeah, it was a little under 9.
Okay, so $850,000. Okay, $850,000 of sofas.
Right, just sofas. Again, we're having the same conversation. Just sofas.
Okay, so $850,000. Show me someone who's sold more furniture than that. Show me somebody who does more than that. Show me somebody who did it in their second year. Your first year, you did about almost that much. Second year, okay. Show me somebody who sold $850,000 of furniture, one person in their second year, and could do it again right now because you do all these things and you work hard. So that's basically what we talked about yesterday. Mm-hmm. Do you agree wholeheartely with that?
Yeah, I mean, I do most of it.
Yeah.
I don't think you're going to get some businesses to throw all in on.
You're not going to get any of them. You're not going to get any of them to do it. But the ones who do it will win. Yeah. I'm not saying that people are going to do it. They eventually will. 5 years from now, they'll be doing it all. You know, like, man, our number one ad source is Facebook. That's where we spend most of our money. If you'll do it now, you'll get ahead of everybody and smash the competition. Why do I give this information away?
To help people.
To help people, but they're not going to listen to me anyway. So I can go into a market with my marketing plan, with my Facebook ads, and crush that market, because people, they'll spend a little bit. And with your furniture business, we spent some massive amounts of money.
Yeah.
You know, and if you had owned the store, we would have spent $20,000.
Way more.
Yeah, we'd have spent
Way
at least
more.
$20,000 a month on it. I think that's accurate. As a salesperson, you should be spending $10,000 per month on your ads, at least. If that's too much, spend $9,000. Then you got to get to that point where you can do it and get a little bit of sleep, but you can sleep. If you can't sleep at all, you won't be any good.
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
As long as I can use your credit card, we'll do that.
So, Smith, who's been your favorite guest on the show so far?
You don't have to say April, because I'm standing right here. Sitting right here.
That's a freebie. I'd probably go with Shaka currently.
Yeah, he was strong.
Yeah.
He was strong. He was very I learned some things there. Very, very good guy. So do you see Smith? How old are you?
27, almost 28.
Young Smith over there. He's one of the older people in here.
Yeah.
Are you learning any valuable information from these shows we're doing?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, pieces here and there. It's obviously like focusing on 4 things at once.
Yeah.
But I mean, every time you catch a little something, even if it's just enough to put you into that mindset, to motivate you, to get you a little more disciplined for the rest of the day. I mean, every bit of it's valuable. You know,
motivation, there's a difference between motivation and inspiration. And I'm a good motivator, but a lot of these things we do, you can only get so much rah, and I'm a rah person, but you can only get so much. And then you have to do it out of, that's where your why comes in. Why do you do it? If your why is big enough, you'll put in the work. Did you know that some very smart people, and if I think of his name, I'll tell you who said this. I'm not stealing his quote, but did you know that he's a doctor of psychology, said that if you want your life to be more meaningful, then you need to find the biggest burden that you can bear and bear it.
It's Jordan Peterson, right?
There you go, Dr. Jordan Peterson. Thank you.
Got it.
Yeah, we need to get him on the show.
Yes.
You know, he spun out and he battled depression his whole entire life. And then he, it's crazy. He prescribed medication to people, and then he started taking diazepam or one of those things, and he actually became addicted to it and had to go, got to get off of it.
Yeah, they had to go all the way to Russia to get that sorted out.
Really?
Because of something about the different types of treatments that they didn't want to do for him in the U.S. And so then his daughter,
God. Yeah. So we had to go to communist Russia. That's terrible.
It's crazy. Yeah. That's the only place that they would do it,
apparently.
Lord.
That's just a dagger in the heart of the entire show. Why did you have to bring that up?
Sorry.
Hey. Oh, my goodness. Well, guys, here's the thing. Every single day at 11, we bring you some useful information. I see a lot of people showing up every day and making comments. I appreciate that. If you would, please like and share this. Tag a friend. If you don't want to be seen doing that in public, then go into your messenger and message one of your friends and say, hey, did you see Billy and April on the show today? And you can tell them what an idiot Billy was today, or you can say, you know what, I learned something useful today. Either way, the most important thing is that you tell somebody about it. We're going to build April's brand, and we're going to get her into politics, and she's going to. That's
not happening.
I think Congress lady Merritt, or governor. I think you could win governor.
I don't want to win governor.
Yeah, baby, but it's your duty.
No, it's not.
And responsibility.
It is so not mine.
I think you got to Okay,
Stop.
Sarah's job is to save the animals. Your job is to save the planet.
No,
Hey,
no,
speaking of
no.
very super successful people, Leonardo da Vinci, he wanted to understand the universe. He was not a capitalist, not a very good one. So then Steve Jobs, another genius, came along. He wanted to kick a dent in the universe. He wanted to change the universe. He did. I mean, very much so. I truly believe that Elon Musk wants to save the planet and save the universe. I think he's a really good guy. Some people think that he's the Antichrist. I got to get out of that religion thing.
No, let's don't go there.
Okay, but I truly believe that he wants to save the planet. He thinks that electric cars can do it and rockets. He wants to build, and Jeff Bezos, they want to build like a highway into the galaxy. So they're going to take all the raw materials out there and leave them on the moon and Mars and different planets throughout the galaxy. This is true. No, this is real. Am I telling you, Smith?
No, you're correct. I mean, he obviously wants the future to be fun.
Yeah.
Is another big thing.
Really?
Which is, I think so. I mean, I think he wants to reignite that dream that we kind of lost in, not going to the moon and however many years not making the progress that we thought we would.
He's a fun guy. He's a funny guy.
Yeah.
But Jeff Bezos, did you know that he and Elon both want, and they'll call each other out on Twitter. I get on Twitter to watch the celebrities, or not the celebrities, but the entrepreneurs, the richest people on the planet talk to each other. I love it when Donald Trump. Hey, speaking of Donald Trump, did you know that Smith, here's the truth. You may not know this.
I feel like I am in a ping pong tournament today.
Smith, did you know that Donald Trump commented my name? I used to say retweeted, but he responded to my message on Twitter. Did you know that?
I did not. That's cool.
You remember that?
Yes.
Yep. Do you remember seeing it? Now, she won't even let me over exaggerate that you made or that you sold $900,000 and it was really $850,000. Is that a true story that Donald Trump commented back to me on Twitter?
Yes.
Yep. So here's how I got that. I've learned that if you want something, you need to try to get their attention, right? The attention is the most important thing. And I know that he got up at 3 a.m. in the morning and would tweet. This is back when he was just thinking about running or just kind of testing the waters about running for president.
No, he still does that.
I know, but no, this was back then though. So
He still does that.
he got up and I noticed he tweeted something. And now when he tweets something, immediately there'll be 4,000 comments, like within a second, because so many people are just responding. Back then, that wasn't the case. So, but I was still using speed because rule number 2 says be fast or you're dead. And he commented, I don't even remember what he said, something about running for president. I immediately said, at Donald Trump, I'm a Democrat and I would vote for you. Now, only half of that was true, but he said, at Billy Merritt, thank you. Okay. And then my Twitter started going crazy with people supporting me, but mainly people telling me how stupid I was. How could you be a Democrat? You Democrat. I mean, just thousands. Went on for weeks from that one comment. Yep. Then he did it one other time too. But anyway, that's why I get on Twitter. But back to why we were talking about Twitter. Jeff Bezos wants to take like massive amounts of resources and plant on the planets, build a highway so that in the future, when we go out there, we'll have stuff to work with. Did you know that?
I did not know that part. No.
You're going to look it up. Did you know that?
Sure.
No.
Yep. All right. Well, I think that about wraps it up for today.
If we burn ourselves out.
That's winning together about socialism and Jeff Bezos and yes.
Well, yes. I had it up here. I just wanted to get it out.
Yes.
This is the thing that always happens. I make a thumbnail that is just like so positive, like woo, winning together.
Yeah.
And then this is what shows up every time I do it.
Every time? Are you saying that I'm not as positive as I thought I was?
Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that.
Mm.
I just feel like I'm maybe misleading
We
them a
got
little.
some Jahari window going on.
Jahari window. Let's talk about Jahari window.
Oh my gosh.
Does everybody know what the Johari window is? Smith,
No.
you know what the Johari window is?
I do not.
Most people do not know what it is.
All right. Well, I'm about to give you an education. This is why you tuned in today to Winning Together. You're going to learn some things. You're going to get learnt. So
Oh,
here is. There's two things that this illustration can be used for. I may not go into both of them today. This
it's your
is a
box.
This is your window. That's correct.
Your
This
window.
is the Johari window. And in this box, there are four. This represents you. Okay.
Yes.
All right. Now, I put some little dividers on each one of those window panes. See that, Smith?
Yes.
Okay. And in the first box, there are things that you know about you and that everyone else knows about you, including me. Okay. For instance, April's tall and blonde. She's a designer. Everybody knows that, right?
Right.
All right. The next box is things that you know about you. Wait a minute, I gotta make him smile more. Things that you know about you that no one else does. Okay. That's your secrets. Okay. The next box is, this is like my my favorite box. There are things, Smith, down here, right there by my bird finger. There are things that you don't know about yourself that other people do know about you. For instance, maybe I'm a little more negative than I thought I was. I tell everybody I'm positive.
I didn't say that. Smith said that.
Smith knows that my shows turn out a little, that some negative comments come up. Okay. So maybe that's something. That's all right. I know some things about Smith that he don't know about himself either. I'm not going to do that on the public because I'm a nice guy. Okay. Now, then the next one is the most intriguing box. Do you understand the little emojis I'm using here? Like they have closed eyes. You notice that?
Yes.
Okay. The last box right here, there are things that you don't know about yourself, Smith, and nobody else does either. That's the dark Smith. Or maybe it's the bright Smith. Maybe you could be the next greatest entertainer in some way that you didn't even know. You know what I'm saying? And that hasn't come to the light yet. But the point of the entire experiment is to learn from people and to listen to people. So if you guys know something about me that I don't know and you start sharing that with me, I don't need to turn it off and say, no, you're crazy. I need to listen, but only to people I trust, right? And you need to listen to me if I point out some things that you don't know. Maybe there's something great about you that you don't know. Like for instance, you have the most beautiful smile and you need to smile more. That may be something that you don't necessarily feel about yourself, but it's important. So you need to listen to me and smile more. Smile is one of the most greatest things that we can give away, right? So, but the point is to learn more, learn all you can about yourself, to be willing to let other people tell you about yourself. And then you can discover the things you don't even know about yourself yet. Basically, the less secrets you have, this is a big one. The less secrets you have, the happier you are.
You are.
True? I mean, I've had secrets before that were bad secrets. I'm like, it drains things, right?
Yes.
So being and that's why I'm so transparent. That's why we work, because we just put it out there for each other and for everyone else. You know, I mean, it just takes the burden off of you.
It also gives you an avenue to, find out how to go about improving yourself.
Mhm.
Like
Right.
to go back to Jordan Peterson, I took that, was it Discover Yourself or whatever.
One
it's
of his
called.
courses.
Yeah. One of those, like, it's like a $10 course that you can take. It asks you, 20 or 30 questions or whatever. And it's a bit cryptic
I
enough
think
that
we did that.
Did we?
Yeah. Isn't that the like the personality test
Yes.
or whatever.
Yes,
Yeah,
like
we did that too.
The big 5 personality
Mhm.
traits, I believe
Yeah.
it is.
Okay.
And then I found out I was like 96 percentile neurotic. So I was like, okay, that's something to watch out for.
Yeah.
Because that's why I have some of my bad habits.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely.
You sure you want to air that dirty laundry on here right now today?
He's fine with
Oh,
that.
it's
He's
okay.
open with it. He's
It's
trying to
okay.
grow. I mean,
Yeah, it's a good
you
thing to
can't
know.
say how great you are all the time.
Donald Trump does it.
Right. And I'm not a fan. So
He's the president. Hey,
Yeah.
I want to talk about this. This is helpful right
he
here.
wants
Okay.
to fight today, Smith Mill.
No, well, I said it's going to be controversial. I'm just taking it out on the two of you.
Right. We feel it.
All the people who are
We
just
feel
bashing me right now. I feel terrible. I'm out of my comfort zone today because I feel terrible that I'm going to lose some friends that I care about. But some things are, worth.
Well, then they weren't your friends to begin with.
I think some people can be
mean-
so confused. Some of these young people that their mama and daddy have told them their entire life how bad.
Well, that's the problem. They never looked up anything on their own.
Yeah. Maybe someone will listen and I can at least save one friend that was going down the socialism road. Thank you, Sarah. Positive realism. Okay. So
I have a friend that I knew years and years and years ago that I had to stop following. And I know you don't like to do that because you like to see both sides of the coin. But if I see somebody that it's negative, and then their child started posting negative because of what she posted. And I was like, he doesn't even think for himself.
right.
He doesn't even have a brain. We have very intense conversations at our house that I normally have to walk out of because when my boys start arguing and fighting, it's not okay with me. They're fine with it. They battle it out and say, no, you're wrong. No, you're wrong. And they're fine. We're fine with everybody having a difference of opinion because we don't agree on everything in our house.
Yep. If they now I'm okay with them having different opinions, but if they want to adopt socialism, then
I did not say socialism.
I'm just saying. I understand. I'm saying that they're gonna.
None of them believe in socialism. Are you crazy?
Hey, but I do want to talk about criticism for a second and dealing with, because true or false, you find it hard to deal with criticism.
Yes.
Okay. And true or false, I'm usually pretty good at it.
Yeah.
Okay. So, and here's why, because I see the big picture, and it's still, if you're sensitive, it's still, you're not going to instantly change because of this, but maybe it'll help you a little bit. You don't have to have everybody's approval. Heck, man, over half the country hates Donald Trump and he's still the president. He's going to be the president again. Over half the country hated or still hates Barack Obama. He was president for 8 years, 2 terms. Say what you want to say. The guy was a winner. He knew how to win, so you can have, I don't know how many voters there are, but there's 330 million Americans. I don't know, maybe there's high hope 70% of those are actual registered to vote, but half the country basically can hate you and you can still be president of the country. So what's half of 330 million? 160,000?
165.
Right. 165 million. 165 million people can hate you. You can still run the country. So, I take criticism with a grain of salt.
Well, and it doesn't matter what your personality is. Mine's way more sensitive than yours.
Right.
And I don't like people to not like me. And I don't like people to not, like, if I wrong somebody, it worries me for weeks, even when I'm right.
Right.
It worries me. It doesn't worry you past.
This conversation, this show worries me more than about anything, because I really have a lot of people that I really, really, truly want to be friends with. And most of them are young and I don't want to lose them. That's, but yeah, criticism from somebody my age or somebody that's just a jackass doesn't bother me at all. Not very much, because I know that I'm going to keep on winning, and I'm going to, if half the country hates me, then that means half the country knows me. And in capitalism, they don't have to love you. They just have to know you. They don't have to like you to buy from you. I don't like most of what Nike stands for. I do like the Nike story. Man, that guy, he went through It was a long trip to being one of the most powerful companies on the planet, but I still wear their shoes, you know, even though I don't like them. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, because they have a good product, they're productive. We just did this for 55 minutes.
Yep.
It felt pretty short, to be honest.
There was a time there about 25 minutes in, I was like, oh, this is going to be a long show.
Yeah.
But hey, it's super cool because I do appreciate you guys watching. I appreciate if you like it and share it. One day, there's going to be some people say, man, I wish I had jumped on board and helped that guy. We've seen it already. People that were terrible haters of me, most especially me, come back around saying, hey.
I get haters because of him. They unfriend me and don't unfriend him. I'm like, I didn't even do anything to you.
Then they'll block you and then they'll unblock me.
Yes. It's crazy.
It's crazy. Hey guys, I love you. I love y'all. I love you whether you love Bernie Sanders. I still love you. If you love socialism, I really want to talk to you. I want to have a conversation with you. I'm a capitalist. I'm a vote for the capitalists, and I hope you all do too. We need more. We need more capitalism. We need more people winning. We won big under Donald Trump. I got to say thank you. Parting shots?
No, I'm good.
Okay.
Tired of winning yet?
Tired of winning it? All right, guys. We'll see you tomorrow. Don't hate me because I hate socialism. Peace.